I would like to, Dennis, if you ever want to get a hold of me, I'll gladly give you my number to get.
I
a hold
would
of me.
appreciate that.
And I would hope that we would vote this down after talking to numerous contractors and residents of the community. I think that would be a bad move to move forward with this at any point in time.
Excuse me. Could everybody just kind of speak up a little bit? The people out here can't hear. Sorry.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you.
No, I can hear you, John, they can't.
Big speakers.
Put it in the budget.
There's people going out the door, so.
I'm sorry about that. I just said, I will be voting this down because I feel that after talking with many of the contractors as well as residents of the community, that this law is not appropriate at this point in time, nor do I feel it be appropriate later. And if anyone would ever like to get a hold of me and discuss why, I will gladly do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I have something too, Irvin. During the discussions, I mean, first of all, until the story that broke with respect to our zoning enforcement office, until that's resolved, I do not think it's a good idea to move forward on this without a doubt. But one of the things that did come out when we were talking and investigating on this issue is something about the enforcement. It was brought up that you know, although the county does a very good job with inspections and everything else, they admitted to us that they, an awful lot of the building that comes, the permits that should be issued in a lot of these communities aren't issued. And he says that they do a very good job of a lot of stuff, but they don't do a very good job of enforcement. So one of the things that came out on our meeting was a suggestion that, you know, our zoning enforcement officer should, every time he issues a permit, a zoning permit, or to mail a copy to the county so that the county would know right up front what zoning permits were issued, and also know at the same time that a building permit would be required as well. And the information we got from that individual said the town of Brownville does that on a regular basis. And so it would be a good idea in the meantime to get a better level of enforcement in our community, to make sure that a lot of this building that goes on, particularly the electrical work, that's inspected. I mean, it's a shame if that goes on and it isn't inspected. So I would say we have to make that recommendation as well.
I'm definitely not in favor of this law. I am concerned the impact that it has on small business people, small contractors. And I just don't think it's necessary. We have the county doing it already, and I'm not in favor.
I went through an extensive conversation with Steve Hall as a contractor, and he's vehemently opposed to it. I do think that the county right now has no budget for enforcement, and I feel there's some gaps, and we should not just abandon this issue. We should try to do things that would tighten up the process. I think right now, with the tremendous sense of upset in the community, I wouldn't be prepared to vote on something when something is so completely unsettled. We haven't heard from Mr. Millington at all about his side of the issue. I don't think that the costs are really settled in a way that I fully understand what the costs would be to Cape Vincent, whether or not there would be any positive cash flow or a break even or a negative cash flow. So since this is completely unsettled in my mind, I would not be prepared to vote.
Make the motion. Second.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
John made a motion to close the hearing.
Cliff seconds.
In favor?
Aye.